Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Analytics with Amrita. So today we are going to solve one more question where uh, we have to write a query to print department name for which there are two employees, right? So there is two table. First table is department. So let's run this query first. So this is our department table where department ID and department names are present, and the other column is employee table, right? So let's check that also. So this is how we can check all the details. So this is our two tables, department table and employee table. Let's run both the tables together, query together, so that we can know which column is common, on what basis we can join both the columns, right? So this is employee column, employee name, department ID. If you check, department ID is also present in department table, right? So we can join both the columns on the basis of department ID, right? This is what we got. Right now let's go to our question, bifurcate it. So we have to write a query to print department name, but if you check, we can get the department name from department table. Okay, so the second part of the question where there is no employee, if we will check here, so we have different department, right? Let me do. So let me show you. There are 100 department ID 100, 200, and 300 and 400. If you check the department ID which are present in employee table are 100, 200, 300, and 500. We don't have any employee department ID 400 in employee table. Okay, so what should come? The answer should be 400 only. The department name should be text analytics only, right? So let's go to our query, how we can write our query. First we will write select from employee. Employee, instead of employee we can write department as well. So we will put department, because why we are putting department here, you will see me like why I removed employee, because we have to get department name, right? So the table should be department, else we have to use right join. So instead of using right join, I will prefer to use left join. So because of that I use department first, then I will use employee, because we have to get the data from the department table only. So we will join, we will write left join, then employee e. On what column we will use, we will join on the basis of department ID and e dot department ID. Okay, so now what we have to find, we have to find department name. So we will write department name here only, and now we have to we can all, let's run this much only. We will get an, okay. So here, as you can see, we are getting details from the department only, but as you can see now it's getting repeated because of left join, because here the data is available here in the employee table. If the data is not available, the query will result give us null, because these rows have data, that's why these are coming. And this is the column, this is the row where there is no data, so there is null was coming. Okay, let me show you whether it's coming null or not. So instead, to get that detail, so we can write here employee e dot employee, employee ID or employee name, whatever you want to write, you can write it. And you can see, once I run this, you will get in front of text analytics, you will get null. You are getting null because these are the order IDs which have department name, which are present in department table. So those are coming because For text analytics, there is no data available in employee table. That's why it's coming null. Okay. So now it's done. Now we will group things on the basis of department name. Why? Because we have to find only those. We can do the group by thing as well, or instead of that we can directly use where clause here, where employee ID is null, right? If I will do this, the answer will come, right? But because it's not asking for this employee ID column, so we can remove this from here as well, because in where clause it's not mandatory to use the column which are present in select statement. So if we will run this as well, we are getting our text analytics, right? So this is the first way we can solve this query. Now let's use the second way. Till here it's same. Okay. So till here it's same. So let me reduce this so you can see all the query. Okay. So till here it's same. So what now if we will use a group by? Let me run this first so that you will be clear what are things coming on. So now because these are getting repeated, so we will do a group by here. Group by on the basis of d dot department id, department name, sorry. Okay. Now we will write here how many how many how many employees are present in that particular column. So we will write count. We will use count to find how many employees are there in that uh, particular department. We can use to find count. We will use count aggregate function. Okay. So e dot employee id. So after, from this we will get our count, employee count, right? We will alias it as employee count. Now let's run this much only. So because it's giving us error, so let's group by things on the basis of, because without grouping it will not give us the count. So we are grouping here. As you can see, there for analytics 4 employees is there, for HR 1, for IT 4, and for a date and text analytics there is 0. So what we have to get, which we have to get only those department names by from where there is no employees. For that means for in having clause, what we have to write, we have to write int dot employee id is equal to 0, because if there is no employee, that means the count should be 0, right? Let's run this and see. By this, without using group by as well, we can find the answer, but and using group by and having, we can find the answer. This is how, if you will run both the queries, you will get the answer text analytics as well. So here it's asking for department name only, so we can remove this thing from here. Okay. uh, we can use aggregate column in having clause directly without putting it in the select statement. So now the part is order of execution, right? Now putting let me put the order of execution for this where statement, where we are using employee id is null. So here the order of execution is from, then join, then where, then select. Okay. First from, join, then where, then select. This is our order of execution for this query. And for this query, the order of execution is from, join, group by, having, then select. Okay, clear this much? From, join group by having then select. Okay, this is how we should approach these kind of questions. So you can find these kind of question more on internet, and you can solve those questions as well. So thank you for watching my video, and if you are liking my video, please subscribe to my channel to get more questions which you can solve and get a better understanding for on these concepts. Thank you.